Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to another Ancient Empires faction overview. Today, we are looking at the Epirote League. These guys are essentially Epirus. They will be, I believe their starting location is pretty historically accurate in terms of just being right there across the sea from the Romans, so they will be one of the first people that you will have to deal with. I think actually there will be quite a few other ones, but this is one that a lot of people have been asking for, along with the Greeks. So we're just gonna go with these guys to begin with. So let's dive right on into the units, and of course we'll have our battle afterwards. Starting off here, we have a picked cavalry. These guys are melee cav. Actually pretty decent charge value. Melee offense of 7, melee defense of 11, armor value of 9, and morale of 12. Make them some pretty superior melee cav, especially that melee defense will make them good against other melee cav, and then that morale means they won't rout very easily, which will be fine and dandy with me. Next up, we have Royal Agema cav, and these are lancers. These are shock cav. So obviously they're going to have a very high charge value, a very high one, in this case of 18. Melee offense of 7 and melee defense of 7 is actually pretty good for a shock cav unit. Their morale, or their armor at 9 and morale at 15 means they aren't going to rout very quickly, but you should still use them in typical shock cav faction. And then we have Royal Agema cav. These are the melee versions, and basically they receive a massive debuff in charge value, but they do see a very high melee defense. So you'll have to kind of pick and choose what you would rather like to have and things of that nature. That morale rating of 15 means it's going to be pretty stinking hard to rout. Spear Infantry, we've seen these guys, Mercenary Thorophorai. Ammunition is average. Ranged offense attack is pretty high, which is pretty typical of what we've seen before. Missile range is 70. Charge value of 4. Melee offense of 9 and a melee defense of 15 is actually really good to fight against melee. Armor value of 5 and morale of 10 means they'll be pretty stinking good. Tier 1 Spear Infantries. And then we have Mercenary Thorophorai, which are, I think, basically, aren't they? I'm not going to make any assumptions. But we've seen the Thorophorai in places before, and so they have a charge value of 3, melee offense of 8, melee defense of 13, armor at 10, and morale at 10 as well. Make them some pretty solid Spear Infantry units. Now, of course, the Epirus, I think is how it is. They, of course, kind of are from the Greek states, and so they are going to have some Greek influence, and that is more than evident in the pike infantry. So they have quite a few pike infantry units to choose from. We're going to start with Ambraciate bronze shields. I'm going to go with Ambraciate because that sounds right. Charge value is 2, which makes sense because they're heavy pike infantry. Melee offense of 6, melee defense of 6, armor value at 8, and morale at 7. Someone made a mention, I think it may have been one of the devs, that while the pikemen don't have that great of stats, their of course greatest value lies in their ability to form a pike wall, which of course gives you +1 attack against elephants, plus 100% entity mass, which basically means they're going to be good at defense and taking charges, and they have a +1 attack against cav, plus 15 missile block chance, -2 shield defense, and -2 melee offense. But they're all really good. Next up, we have Tarantine White Shield Pikemen. This is an area of recruitment unit, and they are just going to be a little better in almost every area. I guess they have a little less melee offense, but a higher melee defense, a higher morale. Yeah, that's what it is. And again, that pike wall formation. Next up, we have the Chaonian Bronze Shields, and again, nothing to really see different from there. We have Molossian Bronze Shields. These guys are just going to suffer melee offense to gain a little more melee defense. And then we have Thespodian Bronze Shields. These guys are going to see a big increase in melee offense while suffering in melee defense. And then Chaonian Lagodus. These guys are going to be your elite of the elitist. They're going to have a much higher charge value, much higher melee offense, defense, armor value, and morale. So these guys are going to be the best of the best, and ironically enough, they don't have a unit cap, which is really interesting for such an intense unit. Next up, we have melee infantry. We have mercenary Thracian peltasts. Charge value of 6, melee offense of 12, and a melee defense of 12. That's actually really good. So these guys will be really good at charging and then taking on the enemy in terms of melee. And they have mercenary Thorophorai, which is pretty standard. of our other units. Charge value of 3, melee offense of 8, melee defense of 13, armor value of 11, and a morale of 10. Make them some pretty good units. Next up, we have bow infantry. We have citizen archers. Now, these guys are going to get nerfed, I do believe. I was talking with Petilius, and he was like, yeah, citizen archers shouldn't have 8 ranged offense. That doesn't make sense. So I think they're going to go through before the final build and nerf that ranged offense, so it probably won't stay the same the whole time. But they do have a high ammunition, standard missile range, which isn't really all that great. Melee offense of 3, melee defense of 3, armor and morale at 5. And then mercenary Cretan archers. We've seen these guys a million times before. High ammo, decent melee ranged offense, a higher missile range. Melee offense and defense are pretty high. Armor value at 5 and a morale at 8. Let's get down into the slingers. We got citizen slingers. High ammo, low armor attack, or I guess ranged offense attack, higher missile range, really good melee defense. I mean, we've seen these guys before. And then mercenary Rhodian slingers, which is going to be super buffed compared to their compatriots. We've seen them again and again, and we will continue to throughout everything. For skirmishers, we have light skirmishers. Ammunition is average, ranged offense is decent, missile range is decent as well, and then you have a high defense, a decent armor value, and a decent morale value. Next up, we have mercenary Cretan Usinoi. We've seen these guys before, and pretty much from here on out, I'm not really going to go through these stats with these guys. If we've seen them in a million places, I'm not going to go over them. If you want to, you can keep going back in time and find those videos with those stats, but you see them right there, and I've gone through it so many times before, it's really kind of getting monotonous. And then we have mercenary Illyrian Usinois, which are going to just be really good in ranged offense, really good melee defense, armor value, morale will be pretty steeply high. What I do like is that these guys have a lot of melee cav. We have Ambrakiet cav, I think that's how I said it. A charge value of 8, melee offense of 7, melee defense of 5, armor at 8, and morale at 12. Making pretty solid units. Now all these guys do have caps, including the Royal Agima cav. Well, what's the difference between these two? Interesting. I think that's a little bit of a bug. There's really no difference between those guys. Really weird. Citizen Cav, they are going to be just a little, not quite as good. Yeah, they're all going to kind of take hits with everything. So Citizen Cav aren't going to be that great in comparison to the Ambrakiet Cav. We have picked cavalry. These guys are going to say really high melee defense, really good armor value, and a very nice morale rating. Next up, we have a Thessalian Cav. Yeah, these guys are going to be pretty good as well. They do receive a little less charge value melee defense, but they do shine in armor and a little less morale. And then Royal Agima Cav. These guys are going to have a high charge value, high melee offense and defense, armor value of 9, and morale of 15, make them superb units. For the Shock Cav, we have Thessalian Cavalry from the early period. This is an area of recruitment unit. They do have an excellent charge value of 16, melee offense at 6, defense at 6, armor and morale at 10, make them really good shock units. And then we have Royal Agima Cav Lancers, which is what we have up here, and we already went through those. And then last but not least, we have Mercenary Tarentine Cav, ranged offense of 10, missile range of 80, melee defense of 10, morale at 10 are going to be the highest points. Alright guys, well again, you know the drill. I'm going to build an army, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Hello everybody, and welcome to the battle. We are playing again as the Epirote. We're playing it as Epirote is basically what's going on. So we got our guys all lined up and ready to go into the battle, including those amazing looking pikemen. And we are facing quite the superior number troops of Delmati. Looks like we have, what, about 2,850, and he has almost 5,000. So it'll be a nice big old battle. Let's look through the army comps, and we'll be ready to rumble. Holding my front line are some gorgeous looking troops. Really, really solid looking spearmen, pikemen. And these guys are going to be our Chaonian leagues. Next up behind them on sort of a flank are some Thespadian bronze shields. Very nice looking. Behind, in front, technically, are mercenary Thracian peltasts. We've got citizen archers, since they do so much in the current build. We have mercenary Tarentine Cav. These guys are going to do a lot of damage, hopefully, and work with it pretty good. Oh, excuse me, guys. And then what do we have next? We have some more Ambrakiot cavalry. They're going to be over here on our right flank, and we got two more. We got a unit of Royal Agema Pike, and then actually 2 units of Royal Agema Pikemen. And then we have a Royal Agema Pikeman with Lancers. Last but not least is our Royal Agema Pikeman General. And other than that, that's pretty much it. We are facing quite the large group today, so let's go ahead and get down into it. Ba-da-ba-dum. Whee! Alright, so we're moving up per our standard kind of usual. And it looks like we are flying uphill. It's not really something that I wanted. Go there. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Attack! Charge them, boys. Charge them. Oh, you got more than one. Or more than two. Oh, you got a lot. Get back. Go, go, go. Power Rangers. I want to see a cav engagement. There we go. Look at all that death. It's magnificent. Magnificent. Make sure everyone else isn't losing. We are getting hit a little bit, but none of that is surprising. Man, we just charged right into those guys, didn't we? There we go. Very nice. Awesome. Now, the AI does have a relatively new... Wow, okay, back up. Does have a new kind of concept. Basically, that routing and coming back really wasn't present in Attila. No. It's crazy in... Yeah, it wasn't present in Attila. I'm thinking Warhammer. So anyways, yeah, it wasn't that present, so a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to be looking forward to playing that. Whoa, what's going on? Because the AI, just with the ability for the AI to send in reinforcements and pull reinforcements when necessary, is a really, really cool feature that I'm glad that they implemented. What's going on here? Whew. That was a little weird. Alright, so we got guys coming in everywhere. Pulling my guys back. What about my... I think it's time that we could go slow-mo. Going slow-mo. See some of that death and carnage that these guys are doling out. Can't do much against those pike, can ya? And a really, really well-trained army of pikemen will actually do significant damage and significant defense. I guess that was more historical in real life, but you guys get that meaning. Oh, I was like, why are we moving so slow? Hit them. This may be a really, really fast game. Let's go and move our pikemen up. Hey, what's up? Routing our troops. That's fantastic. We could squeeze through there, actually. That's what I might just do. Those Illyrian warriors, they'll probably get wrecked. I hope, anyways. Oh, wow, they completely shattered through that line. Here we go. That's what reserves are for. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. And then you guys plunge in the back here. You guys plunge in the back over there. Perfect. Got a unit of cav over here. We're going to take these guys and kind of bring them in under our wing, essentially, to make sure that we don't get routed. Our archers will probably get routed. Come on, charge them, boys. They should get through pretty quickly. We're losing. We're losing big time. It's fantastic. Now, this is going really fast, it seems. So I may want to mention that again. That this new morale factor thingy is definitely still a work in progress. But it is still a really, really cool factor. Let's just charge these dudes. So what I'm going to do, and we will turn this thing right back around in a heartbeat. Keep pushing them, boys. Keep pushing them. See what's going on this front. Nope, that's not the front I'm looking for. Maybe it is. I thought it had a different front. Never mind. Regroup and hit, boys. These guys really don't know what to do. This is almost kind of Battle of Carne, just a little bit. Not Carne. Battle of the Bastards. That's what I was thinking of. Game of Thrones. Go there. You guys go there. Just gonna make all of you go onto that troop. Why are you not routing? That's what I want to know. Go right here. Move faster, pikemen. I think I could probably actually make these guys route. Let's go after this dude. Let's all go after this dude, actually. You can go there. Why are we still in slow-mo? Routing. No, it's too dark. Lay down your pikes, my friends. Lay them down. I want really good pictures. There we go. There we go. You can route all you want all day, every day. You're not going to break my troops. And you're not going to win the battle. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Wrong hotkey. Wrong one again. Oh my word, we're pressing all the wrong hotkeys. Alright, so those guys have been wiped efficiently, essentially. And these two guys are going to cave as well. And that will pretty much be the end of the battle. Once we get these guys routed. There we go. Route, boys, route. Very nice. That's the end of the battle. That was a really, really quick battle. Really, really quick, but that's alright. We still actually lost quite a few units. And the thing is, like, at the end of this battle, I still have 2,200 units. He still has, what, 2,700 units? So again, that doesn't really make super decisive victories, but it works nonetheless. Alright guys, well, we did do quite a bit of damage. We got 233 here, 389 troops for the Royal Gimmick Cav, and then our pikemen actually held the line really well as well. So I hope you enjoyed this battle in faction overview. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Sorry for the quick battle. Things just kind of went our way. Probably should have put even more units, but I don't know how well that would have worked. Other than that, guys, stay tuned for the next faction. This is Havoc, and I'm out of here. Peace!